Good afternoon, everybody. TGIF. The United States strongly condemns today's suicide bombings that killed well over 100 and left hundreds of others wounded. We express our condolences to the families of the victims. We deplore the brutality of the terrorists who perpetrated today's unprovoked attack on Yemeni citizens who were peacefully engaging in Friday prayers in their places of worship. Political instability threatens the well-being of all Yemenis and denies them the opportunity to live in safety, peace, and prosperity. Today's attack on the mosques in Sana'a underscores the terrorism affects all Yemenis, and no one political group alone can confront the challenges facing Yemen. As it relates to your specific question, however, we cannot at this point confirm the veracity of the claim of these extremists that they are affiliated with the Islamic State. We have seen these kinds of claims in the past from other extremist groups. It does appear that these kinds of claims are often made for a perception that they have that it benefits their propaganda efforts. There is not at this point clear evidence of a operational link between these extremists in Yemen and ISIL fighters in Iraq and Syria. A similar thing could be said about the claims of ISIL's role in the attack in Tunisia earlier this week. I don't think there's anybody who would expect that the successful completion, they've been predicated on this principle of a two-state solution. I don't want to leave you with the impression that any sort of policy decisions have been made. What I want you to understand is that as we've made these kinds of policy decisions in the past, they've been predicated on this principle of a two-state solution. But now that our closest ally in the region and one of the two parties who would be responsible for negotiating a two-state solution has withdrawn from their commitments to that ideal, it means that we need to rethink the kinds of policy decisions that we're going to have to make going forward. So what those policy decisions are is not something that I would speculate on at this point because no policy decisions have been made. But what is clear is that the basis for making those decisions has changed as a result of the comments from Prime Minister Netanyahu just a day or two before a critically important Israeli election.
No worries, no worries. So sorry for the delay. Our talks with Iran are about the nuclear issue. The one exception to that is that we do not let any opportunity go by without raising the fate of the American citizens, and that's of course reflected in the president's statement today. So certainly during this round of negotiations, we've also raised it.
The country represents a model for counterterrorism success